Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I wanted to share some tips on how to save time during your lash appointments so you can cut down your fill and full set times, ultimately being able to work less and make more money. The time clients spend with us is so short, so really setting ourselves up to work efficiently and use our time wisely is so important. So that's kind of what the tips I'm going to share with you today. So let's get into it. As always, make sure to subscribe so you get notified for upcoming videos, and make sure to head to silverlininglash.com to subscribe to my email list. I always make sure to send out lots of valuable and education emails there as well. And if you are interested in owning and creating a luxury home salon, I do have a step-by-step guide on how to do that successfully. I am in my luxury home lash studio today, but yeah, head to silverlininglash.com if you want to get the guide for that. But let's get into it. So with these tips today, it might just seem like it just takes 1 or 2 minutes during your client's lash appointments, but that really adds up, and every second counts when your client is laying on your bed. So you kind of want to have everything done and ready. That way when they lay on your bed, you can just get right to work. So this first step I'm going to share with you is prepping and cutting your client's tape or iPads beforehand. So all you need is some parchment paper. I just got this from a grocery store, and then a roll of tape. I use microfoam tape from a medical company. You can also get it at Lashboxla.com. It is the 3M microfoam tape. So this tape is the most comfortable and just the best tape I have ever worked with. It fits every client's eye shape. It just depends on how you cut it. So you can cut it differently for each eye shape. That's why I love it, because it's so universal. It's so super comfy for your clients. I also love it because if you ever rest your tweezers down here, they won't feel at all because it's super thick and cushiony. So it kind of provides a good barrier between your tweezers wherever you're working and the client's eye area. And then you'll also need some scissors. Any scissors work, but I got these cute rainbow scissors from Lashbox, and I love the little curve they have. Kind of fits well with, it kind of does well with cutting that curve for the iPads. So let me show you how I prep these. Okay, so first things first is just getting a piece of parchment paper. So just pulling it out, about that big. Doesn't have to be perfect, just a small section, because I like to cut it either way. Okay, so after you have your little strip of parchment paper, maybe about 2 inches wide, then you are going to take your microfoam tape and get quite a bit unstuck from the roll. About the length of the parchment paper. Then you line it up, put it right in the middle. To stick it, you want it straight, like that. You want to lightly set it down so it's straight. It's not like gapping or kinked up. Straightening it out one side, and then all you're gonna do is fold it and stick it on the other side. So pulling this roll, getting all out. Obviously you want to have clean hands, clean and sanitized hands. So once you get that, then you are just folding it over just like that. So sandwiching it. Then again, you want to line it up perfectly, just like that. So you did it lined up on both sides of the parchment paper. And once you get at the top, you just cut it. Foam tape on either side. You just folded it over parchment paper. So after that, I like to trim off these sides because we don't need that much excess parchment paper. So that's what I'm gonna do. Like that. So it's just a little bit of parchment paper. And then I usually, like I said, I don't usually use the top or the bottom. So I'm just gonna cut the top a little bit in a curve shaped, little crescent curve, and that's how you're going to cut all of the iPads. Cut it about maybe a 1/2 inch for the iPad, It's just a slight curve. You can cut some small, some big, just like that. And I know some people keep them kind of like just hanging on like that. I just cut them off. There you go, then you have all of these prepped eye pads, eye tape, ready to go. This parchment paper helps detack them so you don't have to spend time detacking them. This saves you so much time, so I definitely recommend prepping all of your eye pads beforehand with parchment paper. And I will say kind of the art of cutting this in a perfect eye shape to hug their lash line does take practice, so don't be too hard on yourself. Just takes practice cutting it. That is my first tip to help you save time during your lash appointments. My next two tips kind of go together. So the first one is taking really thorough and detailed notes on your clients. So obviously you can't do this with a new client, but with your returning clients, with your fills, you want to take notes on their likes, their dislikes, their preferences, what their map is, so you don't have to go through and figure that stuff out every single time. Now I will say I will check in with my returning clients and just make sure they're still loving their style. If they want to change anything up, if we do change anything, I'll write that down. Just keeping notes so you know exactly what to expect every time, or what they want to change, then you know that. So just keeping really detailed notes. And that leads me to my next one, having your lash tile prepped with the client's specific lashes every time. It can save you like 5 minutes, so I highly recommend prepping your station, prepping everything before the client comes in with you. So I am gonna show you how I prep my lash tile with my client's specific lashes. I just have about 6 lash tiles, so I'll just circulate those lash tiles and I'll clean them in between clients, whether that's with soap and water or an alcohol wipe like this. Alcohol swab from any grocery store. They look like this. So first you want to take that alcohol wipe or soap and water and wipe down your lash tile. I will get my lash tiles either from Home Depot or Lashbox, but I got this one. It's just a literal tile from Home Depot. Super cute. I'll use double-sided tape and just put a little bit at the top. That is just to hold our glue tray at the top. This one that I'm using is a glass one from Lighheart, but I'll also use the acrylic ones from Lashbox too. Always like to keep my glue tray at the top. It just helps so you're not reaching over your glue whenever you're making fans. For full sets, I'll do the full lash strip, and then if I don't use the rest of the lashes, I'll just use that for like mannequin work for a student or for practice lashes. But I'll usually cut them for fills about this much. Oh, that much. Put them on my little tile. So we do this because we don't want to cross-contaminate and use the same lash strips on different clients. So you just want to cut them to what they will specifically need and use up those, and then get a new lash strip for your next client. What my lash strip looks like usually, with my glue tray at the top, freshly cleaned lash tile, and then the specific lash strips that I will use on each client. So this will be clean and ready to go before my client arrives, so we can just get started. Another really good tip that I honestly didn't start doing until like a year ago was, you know how many fallen soldiers, like either if a fan doesn't work out, we just throw it on the floor, throw it on the bed, or when we're removing clients' lashes, we just kind of throw it. So I started just getting a piece of tape. It doesn't matter the shape or size or anything. I get a piece of tape, I fold it like so, and then I'll just set this right down here on my lash tile. Every time I mess up on a fan or remove a fan, I will just put it right there. so it catches it, so I don't have so much lashes on my floor and have to sweep up so much lashes in between clients. And at the end of the day, I try to put all of my lashes in one spot so it's not super messy. Love that tip. Wish I would have known about it sooner. Another really good tip is just finding really good quality lashes that roll off the strip, that fan super easily, and finding some really good tweezers. So my favorite lash tweezers are the Carbon Lashboxla J-tip tweezers. I love the sweet spot on them. I love the grip. I love how they fan. And then I also really like the Maddi from Lighheart Lash. They are fiber tip, which is really nice for fanning. So what goes along with that is finding a good and fast fanning technique. So my favorite is the flower bouquet technique. Love the flower bouquet technique. So I'm gonna show you how to do it, just a little crash course. It allows you to create fans super quickly and fast, and just whip out those fills, whip out those full sets, creates beautiful fans, and allows you to wrap these fans around the natural lashes, leading to better retention for your clients as well. So it's just an all-around golden fanning technique that will take your full sets from 3 hours to 2 hours, and will take your fills from 2 hours, 1.5 hours to 1 hour. So yeah, let me show you how to do it. So first you're going to brush out your lashes. This is just a quick version of how to make beautiful volume fans with the flower bouquet technique. So you're gonna get a good quality tweezer. You're gonna come in, get your chunk of lashes, slightly shimmy side to side, grab it 100%, tilt the tweezers away from you, pull straight towards your chest, turn your knuckles up, and release while dipping in the glue. And there you go, a beautiful volume fan. I'm gonna slide in, grab your chunk of lashes, slightly shimmy side to side, grab it 100, tilt away from you, pull straight towards your chest. Then you're gonna tilt your knuckles up, going to dip and release. I don't love my base on that, so I'm gonna try to fix it a little bit. Beautiful mega volume fan. Literally like 4 seconds. I'm doing it a little bit slower for the video, but it literally takes 3 seconds to make each fan, which you can imagine how much faster you will be able to get through fills and full sets. So learning the flower bouquet technique, having great quality tweezers and products to work with, and being able to practice that technique and learning to lash faster, that also allows you to move up to a 0.5 to 1 second dry time glue adhesive, which then also allows you to work faster. I would honestly ditch that 2 second, 1.5 second adhesive and really work up to being able to work with a faster drying adhesive that allows you to make and place fans faster, ultimately lessening your lash appointment times. So another tip is making sure your room temperature and humidity is ideal. You want to find the right environment for your lash products. So typically though, you want your humidity to be in between like 35 to 50% humidity. Obviously that is going to depend on your working speed, the glue that you're using, and just your environment in general. So definitely figure out what that means for you. And then also how you will be able to measure the temperature and humidity is getting just a simple little hygrometer. I like to keep 2 or 3 just around my room, just so I know what the average is, because they can be off a little bit. Getting different brands of different hygrometers. And I also have those listed on my Amazon storefront. So it's Silver Lining Lash storefront. But yeah, that is so important, knowing and understanding and being able to control your lash environment. Another big one is making sure your clients arrive and come into their appointments with freshly clean lashes. This is not a big ask. It needs to be required. And if you need to set it as a policy, that's completely okay too. If you have to constantly wash your client's lashes at the beginning of the appointment, it can take 15 to 20 minutes away from lash time. So that is a big chunk of time that you are losing out of lashing, and they are losing out of getting fuller lashes as well. So my favorite lash cleanser is the Bubble Lash Cleanser, Bubble Lash Shampoo from Lashboxla. Making sure you have it readily available for them to purchase, and you have that retail. Yeah, super important. Just have your clients come in with freshly clean lashes. If they need to arrive early and do it in your bathroom, that's completely okay too. But it's super important that they are thoroughly cleansing, maintaining clean lashes at all times anyway. So yeah, definitely recommend enforcing that policy. Another big one that I see and I've experienced from getting my own lashes done is do not spend too much time brushing. Whether that's brushing out your lashes beforehand or brushing their lashes, you really only need to brush twice. I'm gonna say that again for those in the back. You only need to brush your client's lashes twice during their appointment. Any other times is very unnecessary. You do not need to straighten them out and smush all the lashes together constantly. You need to brush them maybe once to get started so they're all laying right. Lash, completely finish lashing, dry them completely so all the glue is completely dried, and then you can brush them again. Brushing them over and over again, I promise you, is not doing anything. It's not helping you. It's just so unnecessary. You only need to brush them when they're done. There's not much more I can say on that, but stop spending so much time, wasting so much time brushing your client's lashes. Thank you so much for tuning into my video. I hope some of these tips that I shared really helps you save time during your lash appointments. Be sure to subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Silver Lining Lash. Remember, if you do want to work from your home, be able to provide a luxury service to your clients, charge luxury prices, then head to silverlininglash.com to get your luxury home salon guide that will teach you and walk you through every step of the way how to create, budget, plan for, and run a successful home beauty business. Bye guys, catch you next time.